And welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. Wanted to do another video about video game stuff, and this time it's a game that spans 40 years in the video game space, which I'll explain momentarily. First of all, I just wanted to bring up an iOS game that I'm really enjoying. It's called Threes, and it's a lot of fun. Let me just launch it here. Basically what you do in this game is you're trying to line up numbers that equal 3 or multiples of 3. You want to get a 1 and a 2 lined up so that they make a 3. Then you want to get a 3 and a 3 lined up so that they make a 6. You want to push two 6s together to make a 12, two 12s to make a 24, etc., etc., etc. The highest I've ever managed is getting two 96s together to make a 192. But let me show you. It's a kind of game you can't really describe. You have to play it. So let's go with a game right now. So this is all random to begin with, and all I do is I swipe whatever direction I'd like the numbers to go. I want to merge a 1 and a 2 together to make a 3, like that. You see how the two 3's made a 6. I'm going to push this together to make a 3. Then I'm going to slide that 3 and that 3 together to make a 6. These two are kind of making a little movement to indicate they can go together, so I'll do that to make a 12. Now, let's see. I think there's a danger in this game that you might run out of space. So I'm going to move these guys up and bring this 1 and 2 together. Oh, no. I'll bring this 1 and 2 together here. Merge them together to make a 6. I can continue along going with that. Move the two 6s together. It would be really nice if I can get those 12s together. Let me see if I can do that. I'll push that up there, push that down. Oh, now I know if I slide up, I can bring the two 12s together, push them together. Got a 24, that's pretty good. Let's go with up, make that a 3, make that a 6, make that a 6. Continue to push, that's going to make, these two are going to turn into a 6. These two here will make a 6. These are going to turn into 3s. This is going to turn into 12. So pushing in that direction is a good idea. There we go. That did well. Now let me just play for a little while here. And you'll kind of get the gist of how the game works. It's the kind of game... See, I now got two 24s together. So I want to make a 48. The higher you can get, the better. And also, you're always running in danger. The more you slide... These are the next pieces coming. There's going to be a point where you've run out of room on the board here. So you got to be kind of careful where you move and what you move. Let's see. I would love to be able to play the music for this game because it's really adorable. Like it's got this French cafe kind of a vibe to it, and it's really good. But YouTube being the way it is, I want to make sure I'm not in any trouble for copyright stuff. So I've kept the sound down low, but it sounds great. It's a really fun game. It's got these little cutesy voices that are kind of making you want to merge numbers together. And it's really a lot of fun. Now, I'm getting in trouble here. I'm running out of space. You see how it gets kind of strategic now? I want to get this 2 to go over here. Ooh. Okay, these two 3s will go together. I'd really like to get that 1 and that 2 together. There we go. Boy. But you have to think in all different directions here with what number is going to happen if you slide that way or if you slide that way. Can you make that 12 become a 24? Can you make that 24 become a 48? Can you get the two 48s together to make a 96? And I've done it once before. Can you make two 96s turn into a 192? Oh, I think I'm in trouble now. Well, I might be able to go a bit longer. It's a great little, it's a great math game. It's also a great strategy game. I really enjoyed this one. I think I'm about to... Yeah, I'm still going. It also helps to know what color's coming next, because then you can plan appropriately. See, I knew that 1 and 2 would end up together. Oh dear, out of moves. But that's the game, and then if you swipe, it adds up how many of the different points you've got. And that's not a bad score. So that is the game of Threes. It's a lot of fun, and it's the kind of game you can really only describe by seeing it in motion. I've tried watching or reading reviews online. It's impossible to describe without actually playing the game. Now, let me show you something incredible. Recognize this? This has got nothing to do with it, though. I'm going to turn on my TV. And you will see threes. Somebody's made a home port of this. You'll be amazed what this is running on. The Atari 2600. This is threes on the Atari 2600. I kid you not. Like this is out of Atari age. Somebody has homebrewed together threes code and made it into an Atari game, and it is absolutely amazing. Let me play a little bit of it now. I'll do some gameplay in a second because I think we got a bit of flicker here. So before I'm going to zoom in a bit more to adjust the flicker problem. But I had mentioned before on a previous show about the Dragon basketball. I had mentioned you need to have a membership for Atari Age in order to download the ROMs. That's actually not true. I think I annotated my original video. You can download this without needing to be a membership. So things have changed with Atari Age. You don't need to worry about that anymore. I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can get threes, and you can just download it straight from the link. It's a ROM file. Now, pardon me while I stop the recording just long enough to zoom in so I don't get that flicker. Okay, so there's the camera zoomed in nicely to reduce flicker as best I can. My camera and the CRT television are not playing well together, so I'm afraid there's a little bit of flicker, but it's an Atari game, so why not? A bit of flicker is kicking it old school. Total kudos go out to Jentzsch, I think that is. I'll put a link in the description below as to where to download this file. And this is still an early ROM. He hasn't done the complete version, but what he's done so far, incredible. This is threes on the Atari 2600. How do you control? Well, very obviously, you push up on the joystick to go up, or to slide all the tiles up, push down, left and right. Button starts the game. So let's start one here. Now I'll show you how this is different from actual threes, the iOS version. We still have the colored blue and red tiles to indicate ones and twos. That hasn't changed. But instead of threes, he's actually just got zeros here. And if you line up a couple of zeros, they don't make a 6. Instead, they just increase it one number. So if I was to line up 2 zeros, they would turn into a 1. Line up 2 ones, they would turn into a 2. Line up 2 twos, they would turn into a 3. It's not quite what threes does on iOS, but it's still very impressive. So I'm going to do a couple of the moves. I'm going to push up to make these guys form a 0. And then I'm going to push that way to make these two form a 0. Now, look at this. I've got all these zeros together. I'm going to push that way, and it's going to form a couple of, these are going to turn into a 1. These are going to turn into a 1, like so. If I push up, it's going to make these turn into a 2, and these will turn into a 1. And if I merge these two guys here, they'll turn into a 0. Now, this is also where it is like threes. I can't push any further. And make the 1 and the 2 merge. It's only similar numbers that can be combined. So if I push up, I'm going to make these turn into a 1, and I hope to line them up so that I can get the 1 under there, turn those into a 2 by pushing up, and then that way to merge the 2 twos. Let's see if I'm successful here. So I'm going to go up, up. There we go. There's my 1. I'm going to push to the right. That makes that move over. Then I'm going to push up, turning the 1 into combine these into a 2, and then push the 2 to make a 3. And over. And there you go. And it's a really, really good version of the game. I also like the fact that here you can tell what the next tile is going to be. I'm going to get a 1, like a dot 1, like these are dot 2s. I'm going to get one of those blue tiles next. So I can plan just like I did with the iOS version. It's pretty incredible. I have to say, like, how did he manage to get the iOS game running on an Atari 2600? Like, this is just phenomenal to me. The level of, hang on. I'm going to turn those 2 twos into a 3. And then I'm going to push the two threes together to make a 4. Look at that. Yeah, it's amazing what has been possible in the Atari world in just the last couple of years. I mean, there are a lot of great homebrews out there. But this one impresses the heck out of me because of the math that's involved. I mean, I don't know if the 2600 is really capable of a lot in the way of processing power for putting numbers together, but this really does an incredible job. And it's that iOS game. Like it's really, really impressive. So yeah, again, link in the description. If you get a chance, check it out. Oh, hang on, let's see if I can get those two 4s together. I made a 5. That's pretty high, actually. Yeah, check out the link. Check out the game. It's really well done. If you like, I mean, also I highly recommend just the iOS game. It's a lot of fun. It's very cute. I would like to have been able to play the music because it really makes for a fun little thing to play on your commute or wherever you are. And unfortunately, YouTube rules. I can't really. I can't really play the music for you, but. Oh, and there we go. There's the end of the game. 304 points. Anyway, that is 3s on the Atari 2600. What an amazing achievement. And we'll see you down the rabbit hole.